It's one of the towns in northern Uganda that bore the biggest brunt of the two-decade LRA rebellion. But from a quick glance, Gulu town, located about 400 kilometers north of Kampala, does not show the scars of that long, protracted civil war. This bustling town has a facade of prosperity, but it's amidst grinding poverty, the result of the long-term war trauma that the troubled north suffered in the past.
And most of our problem actually stems out from the fact that people are very, very poor. My idea is simple: try to take them out of that prison of poverty.
When we look at the people, we have poor people, we still have people on the streets, street kids. These are people, they have their own parents, but it's because the leaders, they have never thought of allocating them.
Although Gulu is one of the biggest urban towns in the country, with an airfield soon to be elevated to an airport, and with the only government-aided university in the north, Gulu University, most residents still live a life of deprivation in makeshift huts and living below the poverty line. However, most people are in the process of rebuilding their lives with a few small-scale industries here and there, plus retail and petty trade. The suffering the North suffered perhaps explains why Gulu has been an opposition stronghold for the last 20 years.
The feeling was that the NRM government had let them down, was not really taking care of the welfare, the education system, the education was down, the general lifestyle was really bad. Now, this gave a very fertile ground to opposition parties like FDC. They came into the people, they appealed to our sentiments, they appealed to our people that it is only FDC that can, remove this problem from Acholi.
But despite all this, there is tremendous growth and investment spearheaded by both local and foreign investors. In fact, Gulu boasts of the highest concentration of NGOs in the country. It has a population of 141,500 people. Out of these, a total of 79,210 have registered to vote in the municipality, and they have 9 candidates to choose from, as follows. Penjto won the 2006 elections with 7,756 votes, beating his closest rival Lenada Komakech by 2,551 votes. He is now an independent. Christopher Achire, the FDC flag bearer and businessman. Emmanuel Mwaka Lutukmoy, the DP party spokesman and flag bearer. This will be Lutukmoy's second run for the seat. Timothy Jokene, a businessman running on the independent ticket. Dennis Fred Okema on the UPC ticket. Dr. Freddie Oyat on the independent ticket. Michael Ochora, a former NGO worker and standing in the NRM ticket. Henry Kilama Komakech, a lawyer and an independent, and Simon Peter Okello, also an independent. But the race to parliament seems to have taken a backseat in Gulu. We found many of the candidates either doing their own private business or they were out of town. The incumbent MP Penjto Ocheng, running as an independent, having lost the FDC primaries to Christopher Achire, is accused by the electorate for letting them down.
Yeah, you see how the municipality is no drainage system, no what, not since he has gone to parliament up to now, he has not come back to address the people who voted him. So I don't know whether people who are here can be, I don't know whether they are going to be like Penjto,
But the people who have been elected, that like the incumbent that has been elected some years back ago, has never thought, it's like he just visited us here once for the 5 years.
But at the back of the minds of all these candidates is how to drive out the poverty that has crippled the people of Gulu since the insurgency. Many residents here still attribute their problems to the two-decade LRA war, ranging from the high poverty levels to the poor education systems and the poor health care systems. Residents are asking their political leaders to put these problems high on their agendas. All 4 divisions in the municipality, namely Peche, Badeke, Laro and Laibi, have registered very low grades in examination results, both primary and secondary education. This leaves the leaders with the task to find solutions to this problem.
The condition is still very bad, and it was worst by 2005-2006. So we went around with the assistance of Aga Khan Foundation. We bought books worth 36 billion shillings and distributed it to primary schools.
You realize that in Gulu University, out of 44 students who graduated from medicine last year, only one came from actually sub-region. That tells you how bad education is in our district. That means, therefore, we need leaders who will go and advocate for improvements in education.
But to the locals, the leaders have not done enough, and they would want development in terms of healthcare and infrastructure.
We need somebody, we need to vote somebody who can bring for us development. Because in some years to come, Gulu Municipality will be a northern city. Therefore, we want to cast our vote seriously.
We should make sure that corruption is polished, and the candidate should also eradicate poverty, because in Northern Uganda here we have been suffering and most people are poor.
Just a few kilometers away from the town center, we bump into the youthful DP flag bearer Emmanuel Lutukmoy, canvassing for votes. Lutukmoy has a vision of changing the dependency syndrome that many actually developed during the insurgency and resulting emergency aid to a developmental one.
Besides being the Minister of Information in Acholi Kingdom, or Acholi Kekwaro, I had an NGO that I initiated that employs many youth, that at the moment is helping thousands of farmers in Omoro, in Achwa. That is actually, we constructed through my initiative a very big vocational school that gives free education over 400 women and formerly abducted children.
However, at the moment, it's still not clear which among the candidates will carry the day after Friday next week. But whoever sells through will definitely have their work pretty cut out to make Gulu attain the city status it's fighting to be. Isabel Nakirya, NTV.